it doesn't have a little transcript blurb thing. But basically, it's just talking about really how few genuine female content creators there are in the game right now, man. Quality ones at least. Like the ones where they don't have to, strip and do pool party streams to get views. Like just genuine content creators. Like the AM female version of AMP. I'm not gonna lie. A female content creator house might go hard, but we won't know because they don't do it. There's not even conversations of people doing it. But yeah, man, that's what we gonna start with. Shout out Omeezy. You feel me?
In 2024, if there's one group over the rest of them that is seeing success on the internet above and beyond everybody else, it has to be the WL community. From hitting new career highs like Kai Cenat and I Show Speed and Aiden Ross, the IRL meetups like DreamCon, to all the other success that the WL community is.
Side note, the number of people that go to DreamCon just for the vibes without knowing that RDC is like the orchestrators and the organizers of DreamCon is actually crazy.
In the recent times, it's been honestly marvelous, stupendous, but there's one thing and one thing only that people are noticing about it. It's a sausage party. Seriously though, in terms of streamers that are notable in the community, where is any type of representation of a streamer that is either having a large female audience or is a large female in the WL community? You mean to tell me in an era of all these content creators who are setting new highs, getting all these brand deals, moving into houses with each other, having all these situations on the internet, that half of the population is not tuning into any of this stuff or even trying to break into that realm? Like they're just literally detached from this side of the internet. Now, in order to answer that question, we've got to look at the WL community and dissect whether this is something that women want to watch or don't want to watch, whether it's something they want to participate in or not participate in, whether it's something they want to create in or not create in.
What the fuck happened? I kissed her.
This isn't looking good so far. WL streamers have a lot of different tendencies. Most of the time, they're loud and they're boisterous. It's either like toxicity or situations where they're pitting themselves against them or the chat or them and the chat. And they're constantly looking for validation or approval or even disapproval from their viewers to promote them to rage out or crash out and do behaviors like that.
Kid, bro, I don't know what type of ego y'all got going on.
I don't completely agree, but I see it.
I don't know if y'all niggas forgot. I don't know if y'all lost the plot. Y'all niggas got the game fucked up, boy. Where the fuck my predicts? You look at the app a year ago when the first drop, you look at the app now, no changes. I ain't gonna care. I don't give a fuck.
He's not even talking to the if the shit is shit. He wasn't even talking to the chat. He was talking to the kid creators because they were selling. As you can clearly say, Jalen, I guess, 1442, kick selling. But I guess for the yelling part, it makes sense.
It's shit. We're gonna have a dialogue. We're gonna have a very long fucking dialogue, nigga.
Then you gotta think about the gay or sus jokes, making fun of what could be gay or could be suggestive sexual behaviors. That's gotta be like one of the biggest bags in the WL community.
Facts.
That's if you gay, Bruce. 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 That's if you gay, Bruce.
Well, I personally never been engaged. He has 2 ex-husbands. He's a bit of a man whore.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
Oh, my phone number? Do I have to?
Are you flirting with him?
Daddy, chill.
Now, even beyond the female representation in the community, this type of behavior establishes a line and a pattern that is uninviting to a lot of different communities or cultures that exist on the internet. Why would anyone homosexual want to make any sort of content with people that literally make being gay or being sus the butt of every single joke? The continuous pretending or trivialization or parody of being gay can't seem to be the most comfortable for a lot of gay people. And I'm not saying that being gay will be their whole identity, but it is a part of their life and who they are. So at some point, I would think that, hey, the parody is a little bit too much. And we can even see what happened when the whole sketch situation happened and how people treated that. I don't see why anybody who would be openly gay would want to participate in the entirety of the WL community, because that situation was extremely rough. And with the rage moments and the crash outs, all these things indicate.
I'm not gonna lie, the whole sketch situation though, it blew over like really, really fast. Like I thought it was gonna be over. I thought it was gonna take a lot more time. Like I thought people were gonna be grilling him. I think him playing into it made it a little bit better. And then a lot of people like just genuinely being like, hey, if that's what his thing was, he did what he did. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't do that sort of thing. But that's just who he was. It doesn't change who he is as a person. Like a lot of people stood up and said that. But like the memes were brutal. But Sketch played into it. Like he didn't quit. Now at one point he did almost tell the world that he almost like relieved himself of his position in the planet. But that was really it.
To me at least, that there is an inherent level of toxicity that you need to bring to the community. And I can see why a lot of people wouldn't be enticed in being involved with those things, because ultimately they would probably have to fall for these pitfalls as well. Now, we do have to highlight that there is diversity in the WL community. Let's not make a mistake here. And there's not a problem with it. There are people from a lot of different races, a lot of different backgrounds. Like we mentioned Aiden Ross, you've got Lacey, you've got Jason. And even within that diversity, there are some women in there like Jalon, Connie, or like Senna. But even with those examples that I've just laid out, there are a lot of asterisks. First of all, there's an association tax that comes along with all these things. It's this this idea or this need to be next to said creators in order for you to see some sort of regularity in your views. Like when you were creating before him, there was not a regularity in these peaks in views. And then when you are not creating with this creator, there's this drop off because you're not with them. And no matter what you do, chat is always going to be pushing you to be with this creator over and over and over and over.
I mean, I think he's going to allude to the Cenat and agent situation, but like that, it's like that with most creators. Anybody that cohabitates with Kai Cenat, you're going to end up getting left to the wayside a little bit, because once you stop streaming with him, like right now, him and Speed, even though they're both like really at the top of the mountain, let's face it, Speed goes away from the little hardcore Minecraft thing that they got going on. His views aren't going to be the same. His views will still be tough, right? Because he's Speed at the end of the day, just like Senna's Senna, Connie's Connie, everybody's everybody. So they're still in the space for a reason. People will follow and tune into their videos for a reason. But at the same time, I would say that it's less so that I understand the dateability thing, because they were going crazy about Senna and Agent. But the overall idea that they're going to just sit there and keep losing out on views, or they're just not going to be popping as much after a collaboration, is silly to me, because it's like that with anything. It's literally like that with any form of media. Anytime your favorite content creators, whether it be YouTubers, whether it be IG people, whether it be people on Twitter, like whatever the case may be, TikTok, whenever people like match their mediums together and create one uniform piece of content, anything that they do after that, once they split up, maybe there's a little bit of a bump for one of them over the other one. If they're both in the same tier, maybe they both like mix audiences a little bit and get a little bit more from a viewership standpoint, but it's not going to be the exact same as like, it's not going to be the same 100,000 that y'all were getting together. It's going to be like 40, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It really just depends on what your views were before. There should be a slight increase, hopefully, you know, ideally. But if the only problem would be if there's less views because the other person took yours. I don't think that would work like that very often, though.
Again, even if you just want to chill out and play video games or react to some content on the internet, they're going to be asking, yo, where Max at? Yo, where Agent at? Et cetera, et cetera. And then you probably have to ask yourself, are they really here for me, or are they here for Agent because he's on my stream at this very moment? Now, I know a lot of people would say, hey, they could come for Agent, and hopefully there's some portion of these people that would stick. These are things that you have to consider when you are a woman or any sort of diverse person probably coming into this space. The more pressing issue that runs a lot of women from potentially being in this space is the over-sexualization of the women in these conversations.
Actually, I have no idea who that is, so I can't even say anything.
I'm just a happy ass person. I don't know.
Now, we're not going to act stupid here. A lot of the times when a lot of these women get on these WL content creator streams,
they know
it's
what they're
going
doing
to
it
be
for.
to sexualize you. It's going to be to do something that a lot of people would like to see, the Riz Up moment or the humping, or something that they probably would not see regularly when they're watching just a reaction video. Deshae Frost has put this to the most extreme extent on there, and it's had women be dehumanized and be labeled as bitches and hoes because he has decided to go ahead and sexualize.
Deshae Frost a freak, dog. Deshae Frost a freak. He a freaky frog. He the freakiest nigga on the app. I'm telling you that right now. He really single-handedly, like, he doesn't destroy the WL community, but he's one of those guys where he's on that line where it's like really, really uncomfortable sometimes for some people. I'm not gonna lie.
As every single woman that comes across his stream.
Fumble. What the?
And then you're almost seemingly forced to push these sexual boundaries and make sure that the sexual tension is high in order to be entertaining. And it's crazy because that stuff exists when you're on stream, but even when we get off stream and you're not even there as the woman content creator, they're still talking about you in this sexual light.
Act gay when you are gay. Fuck. You just acted. You are actually homosexual.
But you can't be gay because you're dating Senna.
Yo, how many times you gonna run the same clip back, nigga? Have some respect. She's a fellow streamer. She's my peer, gang.
Yeah, but that is the respect. That's what they're gonna give you. Did she hit? Did she serve that purpose? If not, why are we talking about her? Respectfully, of course. The question has to be asked.
I wouldn't go that
this
far, but I
just
see
a
what he's
space
saying.
that is not for women. Is it truly not attractive to a female audience of at least 10% to be loud, boisterous, energetic, make homoerotic jokes, and have relatively male chauvinistic ideals or unrealistic versions of females for those things? Should there be male exclusive spaces and places? Maybe. If we can say that rage moments and crash outs are things that attract the male audience and the young audience of WL viewers to come back to the content, then what attracts those female viewers to these streams? Or what would a woman do in order to attract a male gaze, or vice versa? And we know what the answer is, but we're not gonna talk about it. It's sex. It's you gotta have your little secret OF. Now, as hard as it may be for a woman and other minorities to grow an audience just because of some of the innate barriers that are brought into the community or that come along with being in a predominantly male space that we call the WL community, there's one creator who is challenging all those barriers and saying they do not apply to me and is making a lot of headway in the WL space. And guess what? She's got a And that's the one and only Cinnabrit. And she's got the 7th highest average Twitch viewers in the past month. That's 7K. She has over 200,000 followers on Twitch. She's got a 20K live peak concurrent. And she's doing all this while keeping those clothes on.
Did a crossover with the biggest streamer of all time. Excited to see. I like that for Senna because she's representing like the girl side of things. And there's a lot of good girl streamers that don't gotta put their ass.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Isn't it strange that we're having to applaud Senna for being able to be some sort of mainstream person and not taking her clothes off? Like, why is the default for every woman that is a content creator to be expected to have some pictures and videos of her with her clothes off? And this
because that's what
well
they do.
The WL. There's so many women content creators out there who get subjected to where the link at is the link in the bio. Even like WNBA players, politicians, etc., have all been sexualized at some point. I don't know why we have to applaud them, but I get it.
Because there's too many women that have fallen into that trap and try and justify it. There was that whole phase of life where everybody thought OnlyFans was going to be acceptable. And then it was like, hold on, wait a second, pause for the cause. That's not socially acceptable. But enough people had already dipped their toes in the water to where it was like, okay, this is kind of a wave. We kind of got to keep going with it. And then some people backed out, but it was too late. Some people backed out and it got swept under the rug. It's just kind of an up and down thing, but it became a repetitive joke that just keeps running and running and running. And there's no real way to like escape it for most of them. If I was in their shoes, I would just view it as, oh, they think I'm attractive. I'm not starting an OF, right? That's not happening. Is it easy money? Yes, but it's going to destroy my reputation. It's going to make y'all continue to over-sexualize me instead of enjoying me for what I'm capable of bringing to the table from a comedic standpoint, from a entertainment standpoint, from an intellect standpoint, whatever the case may be. I just don't want that on my name. Respectfully,
of course. Just the nature of being online with other men as a woman. I don't know. I don't want to take it down that rabbit hole. I just thought it was kind of weird, but also very telling how we have to congratulate her for not being a woman that's taking her clothes off. Let's get back to that video.
Titties and shit on cam.
And you don't ever show your ass to titties.
Fucking mic. She ain't kissing the mic.
You know what I mean?
That night. Like, bro.
You're so brave.
Why did you guys all like?
You don't ever show your ass or titties. You just show your personality every day.
Even with that praise for Senna, she's still going to face a lot of the same issues that many female content creators face in order to see some sort of modicum of success. Yeah, she is going to have to crash out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, Chad, stop being so parasocial, my nigga. God damn.
Listen, Agent, the amount of dick I get accused of getting, it pisses me off. I'm tired of it. I have been accused of getting dick that I don't even get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
do you know how that feels to get nothing?
Okay, that's kind of crazy.
Play, but I'm getting accused of being the biggest bop on the internet. It's crazy. It is actually fucking crazy. I don't get it, bro. I don't.
Because of her unique intersectionality, she also has to do the whole race play concept.
I'm 50%. Okay. Thank you guys for the 200K. I love y'all. My niggas.
Oh! Oh my God!
What Senna does is funny. I don't know how to explain it.
We'll allow this one yacht, and that's it.
Don't lean back, Silky.
Wait, hold on. Look.
Why are you replaying it?
Was that always
Silky?
No.
Was that always there is a crazy thing to say, Sid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, like this is not real gooning hours, buddy. All right, I'm gonna need you to set down that laptop. Like, what is going on?
Wait, hold on. Look.
Oh, let me get off this, bro.
And even for her, it's kind of hard to say that she's specifically WL community, considering the fact that she started off being adjacent to the people that make up the group OTK. Like over the years, she's done streams with Ms. Kiff and Point Crow. She was so deep in that she was even supposed to be rumored to be the next member of OTK.
Is she on OTK? Honestly, I would not be surprised if they signed her.
Senna has made a name for herself in this community or on the platform of Twitch or even within the realm of content creation as a whole. And while there is still probably a big void in the WL women's space because a lot of it is going to have to deal with those inherent issues, you know, prepare to be sexualized, prepare to be shipped by 9 or 10 of the guys that you just happen to sneeze next to, prepare to be called bitches and hoes, and prepare to be, you know, seeing dips and peaks and valleys and all these other things based off of the man that you bring onto your stream. Now we're still seeing a big hole in the WL women crossover space because a lot of them are still going to be expected to see the sexualization, to be shipped with a lot of the guys that you're in a video with, be called bitches and hoes, be fake giving head or whatever the case may be. I think Senna deserves
they do
a
with the
little bit of
guys
spotlight here because she is seemingly overcoming a lot of those things and making a name for herself and possibly opening a door with Connie and some of the other content creators that show a place for women to be in the WL community. But boy, this sausage party is starting to stink.
W Senna glaze, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I rock with that. I rock with that. I didn't realize it was gonna be Senna cycle or Senna centered. I didn't think it was gonna be that centered around her at the end, but no, I like that a lot. And it does bring to light, obviously, the big concerns, which is just, you know, the diversity of it, because that's that next stage. That's that next frontier. But not a lot of women enjoy getting into it, and not a lot of women enjoy watching it, right? Like Duke Dennis, I'm pretty sure, has the most female like viewers, like I'm pretty sure he's got a pretty modest split low key. Like most people is like 10, 15%, if that. But like his is like closer to like 30 or 40% if the last time I checked or the last time I heard about something. So he's got one of the more modest splits, and considering the views that he pulls in is honestly really impressive. But I wouldn't give it too much thought beyond just the, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You dig?